make sure that our stream is starting. Kicked over. With no video. Cool, we have video on there. Okay, amazing. I like it when we have video on here. And then I will jump onto this guy really quick. So, awesome. Welcome, everybody. Such a great morning. Hopefully everyone's doing extremely well. I have a few things running right now. But that being said, as an update, one of the things that I have decided to do, I wanted to simplify our processes quite a bit. So I realized that we have like this big old system, right? This big old world, this big old digital craziness. And what I wanted to do in this specific live is going through and I am making sure that our processes when signing up, our processes when onboarding, our processes within operational sides are done correctly. Now, again, if you understand what the G-Funnel system is, we are a vast ecosystem that integrates into multiple different software. Software such as Go High Level, Lead Connector, software such as FlowTrack, software such as Play, software such as Project, software. We have multiple different software solutions within here. And each and every one of these software solutions, okay, each and every single one is designed and integrated. And we just need to make sure that they're integrated correctly, because if they're not integrated correctly, it's kind of SOL, like, if that makes sense. So that being said, in this specific live, that's what I'll be covering. So I'll be covering these things. If you have any questions, feel free. Let me know. I don't have a live broadcast room. I'll have to rebuild our broadcast room. But I'll just pop one up really quick. So this way, I'll put a broadcast room in the chat. This way, if you want to join me, I'll just post it within the Facebook chat. Feel free to join me. It's usually the same broadcast room that we use on the daily basis. Feel free to join that live broadcast room. This way, if you have any questions, you have anything, you can always let me know. Okay. I will do my best, very best to answer any questions if you have them. But most cases, the best way to get me those questions is just messaging me. So let me jump in this. So your meeting room. So I just put in our broadcast room, and this is again one of the things that I'll have to rebuild within our operations. So I had to redo some of our server. So that broadcast room is there. Let me put a broadcast room in here. Broadcast room. Okay. This is the broadcast room coming your way. Okay. So again, I have this broadcast room. You're welcome to jump on in here. I'm going to, it should not echo, but if it does, let me know for sure. Okay. So that being said, I am going to, within this specific one, its main focus will be just a screen share. Let me just make sure that this is the right screen share since I have two of them. Let me just make sure in there. Yep, that looks like it is the right one. Perfect. So again, we revamped quite a few things. So and again, in this specific section, I'll be re-going over some of the operations, some of the systems. If you're wanting to join me on some like YouTube or anything like that, you can always join me on YouTube coming right there. Let me make sure as well we have some of our TikToks up and running, because why not, right? We have Facebook up and running, TikTok up and running, we have YouTube up and running. This way a few things, and maybe I need to jump into our Discord too. We have Discord channels. Don't want to make it too complex here, but let's see if we can get this up and running for everybody. Okay. Alrighty. So again, without further ado, let's dive in. So there's a few different updates. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dive into those updates, go through those things. If you have any questions or anything and you want to dive into it, please let me know. Let's dive in. Okay. Now, again, in YouTube, this is named the MRR business model. So I'm just going to call this rebuilding system operations. Okay. Join me live as I rebuild system operations. Alrighty, save that. That'll make it a little bit better. I'll redo them on YouTube because you can rank things a lot better on YouTube. So that being said, let me just make sure that we have some audios working. That audio looks great. Audio looks great. If we are running into any type of audio issue, let me know, okay? Let me know prior because I only know when you allow me to know. So let me just make sure that we have this. Again, if there's no audio, just let me know, okay? So that way I can come on in. That being said, let's dive in. Okay. So again, I'm going to be diving right into our dashboard. This specific section is based on operations. So I'll be recording this just like I do. I always do like a recording backup of some of these things. This way they're there. But looking forward to walk you through. Stick with me if you have any questions. Again, I can show you insides, outsides of businesses. I can show you, again, multiple different things to help you get growing and scaling within your own business if you desire. Or heck, you just come in, chill, right? Have some fun. I mean, if you notice, I've been doing this for quite a few years. This is how I make a living, right? So how I make a living is by building stuff. And one of the things that I'm working to build back. So if you knew me maybe like 2-3 years ago, the things that I did mostly in this world was travel. I just traveled everywhere, okay? I traveled into almost every different country. I mean, I was living in all of these different countries. I was being in all of these different countries. That's where primarily I was. Primarily, that's where I was at. Okay. That being said, why am I doing this? Well, I'm doing it again because once a proper system is in place, this is a system we've been working on for quite a bit. Once this proper system is in place again, I say again because we're re-establishing it. Once it's in place again, it allows true freedom. So now I can go back to traveling the world. I can go back to doing the things that I like, that I have a passion on, right? And then while doing those things, I can always make money. So I can make money and make money and make money and keep on making money. And that's, again, how this system actually works. So that being said, let me just make sure that I have this here at our topic here. Our topic will be, I'll put it a little bit into business. Do we have any business, news, events, education? We can jump into, I'll just jump into like a chat. We can jump into a chat here. Okay, cool. So that way we can come in here, digital work, restructure operations. Alrighty. Okay, cool. So make sure that we're live on a few of these different things. Let me just move them over so they're not there. So again, we're live on multiple channels. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to dive in and feel free to let me know. So that being said, I'm going to dive in. Again, this section is all about the operation side. We should have enough time for the system to start warming up, the system to start bringing things in. That being said, without further ado, let's dive in and I'll show you some of these new systems. We'll see you soon. Awesome. So we're here. I like that intro. I'm probably going to change it here soon, but I kind of like it. I don't know. For me, the entire idea of here's the logo, we go into the logo, and then it opens up into the world or to the universe is, in a sense, what we're doing here. Because if you look at like what we're actually doing, okay. So this is the system. Again, I had to rebuild quite a bit. It was on social.gfunnel.com. This was our test. In a sense, our sandbox. And what our sandbox was is basically it was testing the different solutions, testing what we have in here to make sure things are good. Not only did we test it, but I was just asking like a bunch of freaking questions. Like basically it's like, hey guys, like what is it that you actually like? right? What is it that you would actually use, right? Because I didn't want to make the system just like crazy, just like, Canvas is so complex. What the frig do we do? I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make the system right. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make the system big. So again, on TikTok, again, how TikTok algorithm is, you probably never ever see me before, ever. Probably just going through. But as a backup, so I'm a software owner. I feel like I'm a little bit different than a software owner, but I've created a system that allows people to, in a sense, work remotely anywhere in the world. It allows people to grow and create anything that they desire without the limitations of like money, without the limitations of like time, without the limitations of all of this other crap, right? And I just organized it all within our platform. So this is in a sense our platform. And again, we're just rebuilding some operations within the platform. We built out a big thing on social. It was social.gfunnel.com. We're revamping it up to just back to our website, www.gfunnel.com. And kind of the idea of this thing is like this. So you have a social platform similar to like Facebook, similar to like those things. We're re-adding quite a few things. So I really like TikTok. I do. I mean, it's video. You go through, there's some interesting things, interesting people to learn, like all of those things. I like it. So we're going to be adding a section like that. Okay. So we've added like a few different sections in here, but it's all based off of people's feedback. Basically, people give us some feedback and say, hey, Cam, we like this, or we don't like this, or we hate this, or get rid of this, right? So I do my very best to do that, but I'll kind of explain the things that we've added to ensure that people are taken care of. So one of the biggest things we added is a referral link, because affiliate marketing is freaking huge. And we felt like, and I'll just show you the emptiness. This is the emptiness of the operations, and I'll show you it, right? So we felt like people can do like their posting, and they might as well like refer people to it if they can make money in the future. That's just my natural thought is, if you're going to make money in the future, you might as well, like, if it's a platform that you're already using, you might as well bring them into the platform you're already using and then make money on it. And what I felt like, okay, let's expand it. So I started building out some programs, and my thought process on these programs, I'll show you. So let me dive into the back end really quick. My thought process on these programs was this. So I'll just show you. I felt like, I know this looks kind of weird, but this is kind of what I felt like. I felt like, okay, if somebody brings somebody in, they deserve to be paid for it. That's just what I felt like, right? Because people work hard and they're trying to create freedom. They're trying to do stuff. So if they even invite somebody in, I didn't put a ton there because I don't want our company to go bankrupt yet. In the future, sure. But what I wanted it to do is pay people for bringing people in, so that way they can get a reward for it. Not just like, hey, this is a cool platform, but it's like, we all need money. Like, really, we all do. If people say, I don't need money, they're lying to you. The world, in a sense, operates off of that. So the idea is make it so, like, people get paid money first for bringing people in. Second, if somebody buys something from our marketplace, that person makes money. Third, if somebody upgrades to one of our softwares, that person makes money. If somebody goes in and buys anything else, like out of the marketplace, like coaching, consulting, anything else, we feel that that person deserves, the person that brought them in deserves money. That's just how I feel, right? And that was, we felt like, okay, well, people don't want to pay to get in a system because that's a pyramid scheme. Like, the reality is that's a pyramid scheme. So we don't want to do that. We want to just say, okay, well, like, what if people can just come in for free and start building their online businesses for free first? Like, start kind of building around. So that was the first idea, is give them a free plan. Then we have a few other plans because we have a lot of software, right, within it, and the software costs some money. So we just felt like, okay, well, let's now grow it. So we started saying, okay, let's pay up to 50% commission. We didn't feel like 50% commission was enough. I know that, again, if some of you are doing like digital marketing, or you're doing like, I don't know, you're bringing people in, you're bringing affiliates in, right? We just felt like 50% commission, that's great. That's like us being partners. We take care of the tech side, the support, all of that side. You take care of the influence side and relationship side, right? Like, so we wanted that balance, but we wanted it more. So this is how I just did it more. I just said, okay, well, you deserve, again, the people that you bring in, but you should also deserve anything that they bring in too. So on that specific plan, we had like 2 tiers. And it was like, you deserve 50%, like shoulder to shoulder share on this one. And then you also deserve a 10% of anyone that they bring in. That was kind of the thought process. And we're like, okay, that's good. That's a great thought process, right? Then we're like, wait, we want people to grow even more. So we built something called Business Elite. And what that one was is, I'll just show you. Well, I didn't put it here, but I'll show you it. Since, again, I'm rebuilding a lot of these operations, so I might as well show you here. So we have level 1, level 2, and level 3. I'll give you the concepts of these, okay? So first, we want everyone to get paid for people coming in. This way, like, they can keep on getting paid every single day, always, forever. That was the first goal. The second goal is on the marketplace, right? We want people to gain, so I'll just do it like this: 10%, 5%, 3%. So that way it's multi-tier reoccurring payments based on our marketplace, right? 10%, 5, and then 3. Okay? So now people can use our in-house, we have a token or a coin in-house, they can use those. And now if people upgrade, again, 50%, we felt like 50% is good and fair. 10% off of those people, not 1%, 10%, and then 5% on the third tier down. This way people can kind of build their wealth, their future. And then on this side, right, purchases, again, we have 10%, right, 5%, and then 3%. And then the same thing right here, points. And then what these points do in the end, these allow people to buy like websites or work, or put it to, like, if they want software and they want to put it to their monthly subscriptions, they can. So each and everything counts as like dollars. So it's like a coin to dollar ratio. So we do that. And then again, I know that's probably confusing, but the idea, I'll just kind of show you the idea, is somebody comes in and they join in. We have free accounts. They come in and join. Anyone who brought them in makes money off of that. Just even them coming in for free, they make money. Now, we have a little verification process to make sure it's a legitimate human, right? But they come in, it's free. Again, the reason is people aren't just going to bring people in. That's just my thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I just feel like people aren't just going to bring people in and say, yay, it's a cool software. It's free, jump in. People want a freaking incentive, at least like something. I mean, again, $1's not a lot, but it's something, right? And it's like, if it rewards somebody a little bit, $1 for free people coming in, it's like, well, what happens when somebody subscribes to one of our software? Well, now that person makes a 50% roughly reoccurring commission, meaning it's like, it's just like your job, right? Like, how many people do you actually need to make that? I mean, I'll just give you like examples. We have a plan that's like $300 a month, right? This is like a business type plan for like a business owner, right? They pay $300 a month. Well, imagine like 50% of that is now shared with the person. So now that person's making about $150 a month, but they do nothing. If that makes sense. They maybe have the relationship, but we handle the tech, we handle the support, we handle everything. They just make 50, again, 50%, $150 a month. They get 10 people, that's $1,500 a month reoccurring. You get 100 people, right? Let's just say 100, that's $15,000 a month reoccurring. Like $15,000 a month reoccurring means that you don't have to, I mean, some people want more than that, but technically you don't have to work anymore. You go travel and you go and influence, and you go, like, if you're an influencer on TikTok or whatever it is, you go and you influence, right? You go and you take your pictures when you're traveling, when you do that. Usually $15,000 a month is enough to allow you to travel to different countries and kind of live anywhere. That's kind of that concept of it. And then on our side, what the benefit is we get more users. Like we leverage the one individual that's gaining their influence, right, reoccurring. Well, we have multiple people, so we gain a lot of users coming in, mass users, if that makes sense. That's in a sense kind of the idea, right? And then what we had to do is we had to make it so it was like, why the frig would people even want to do it, right? Like, yes, there's money, right? But they have to have purpose and they have to have passion. So we started building that. So we have like a marketplace. I'll show you really quick. It's empty, like it's basically empty, but you'll just see kind of the idea. The idea is we can either come and post products, other people can come and post their products, their services. So let's say like you're a digital marketer, right? And you sell social media services on a monthly subscription. You could then post it here, and let's say you're selling it to one of your clients, right? Well, now if you want to use our entire system, our contracting system, our tracking systems, our software systems, our everything, you can, and now you can say, oh, cool, here's my revenue share, right? Because people make percentages off of what you're sold here. So let's say your normal price is like $300 a month or $500 a month, and you're like, okay, well, I need to share some of this revenue. Now you can say, hey, I want that added as a service fee, or hey, I want to add it as this. Now our whole dashboard, everybody is on the same team, like meaning you and then the person that you never even talked to that has a system. Everyone wants to make some money. Everyone wants to create some freedom. Everyone wants to do those type of things. So now they start doing that, and now traffic starts coming into this person, this individual, builds out their whole legacy, their whole career, and then other people make some money on top of it as well. And that's kind of like one side of it, right? That's our marketplace we'll be building out, where people can come in and add anything. And like I said, I just added one example for this, right? And again, there's a shared link. So let's say I'm a person that I don't have a product, but I know people who might. I could then come here and I could share it on one of the platforms. And if somebody comes in, let's say they click the link. So let's just say they click the link. I have a referral ID. I'll change that. Instead of referral, I'll put it as member ID. Now that person is what would be called cookied to me, meaning if they ever buy a product in the future, I gain a commission off of it. If they ever, let's say, upgrade or subscribe, they just go to upgrade and they subscribe their membership. If they ever end up doing that, I gain a commission off of that. So now I could come into here and say, okay, I want to subscribe to the Business Elite plan, right? I could technically come in and subscribe to a Business Elite plan. We're going to adjust this, but they can technically come in and subscribe to some of these. And when they do, now a reoccurring commission is paid out to the referral that brought them in. So that was one of the things. The other things that we're focusing on is, like, in a sense, our opportunity side. So there's a few things on the opportunity side. So we're continuing to add this. So the idea is to have its own job board. So this is like the job board, right? So people can come in and post their jobs here. It would have like a request board. So like, let's say you're Fiverr. Like if you're on Fiverr and you're like, hey, I do a digital service and I'm going to request that. We'll have another section where you can put down your request. And then we wanted to add in some resources, like if you're wanting to learn how to create your own role, learn how to do like an interview, learn how to do those things. So that way the education's there as well. And the reason that we wanted to do this is so, again, what is our goal? To get somebody to truly be able to work completely remotely anywhere they desire at any time that they desire within one platform. That was the goal of it. The key is to create freedom, right? So that way somebody needs a phone or somebody needs a computer, and then they can travel anywhere in the world, and they're not location locked. They can actually go somewhere. That was kind of the idea of that one, okay? But we did that again. So we had, again, first it was a community. So this is like our global community. We were building it out so you can have an individual. So like now this is like my profile, right? So here's my profile. And then you could have like an individual community. I'm going to remove some of these again because we're doing some operations and rebuilding. One of the things that I wanted to do is I felt like on a personal basis, a lot of digital marketers are using something called StanStore. I'll just show you StanStore. They're using this, and this costs money, right? So for me, it's like, how do I give this for free without it ever costing money? Well, again, I just want to show you the idea of it. The idea is there's a user profile that you can contact the person. They come in and they try to sell their services. So like, let's say this service is sold, this service is sold, this service is sold, right? But their whole software is now based upon that, where they come in and they build their stores out, right? You end up paying like $30 a month or something, right? So my thought was kind of simple. It was like, wait, what if here we build out a section, let's say it's called store. Let's just say, this is all theoretical. Let's say right here, products or store, right? Now we have, again, the base, we have the banner, people can come in and edit. And now let's say this entire thing is now Stan Store with a referral link. Now, people that are following somebody can actually refer somebody. So let's say like, you're like, hey, I like what Cam does, and I want to refer what Cam does. You could go to my store and you can press the refer button. We don't have it there, but you could press it. And now you would gain credit off of people buying like these type of products, right? But kind of the idea is a replication. So we replicate this entirely, which we've already done, but we replicate this and then we plug it directly into your profile. So this way, if you have a personal profile, let me just kind of pop back over here. So if you have a personal profile, now you would have this built just like Stan Store, and then you could share it just like Stan Store, but instead of it costing money, right, like $29 a month, it's free. It's entirely free with every single plan, right? That was kind of the idea. So that's in our operation build right now. So we'll have that shortly. But we figured, like, again, you have something like a profile, right? So somebody can see, oh, this is my comment thread. You would have something like, this is all of the information about this person, right? So you can see all the information about them. You can say, oh, this is like the people that are following that person. This is their discussions. This is their blogs. This is so think of this as like their personal kind of website with a embedded like Stan Store. That's kind of that idea that we'll be pushing through. So this way, anyone who ever creates an account automatically gets their own Stan Store. Now it's just like you run your business from there. So that was the first thing. The second thing was on the organizational side. So you have a personal side, right? People can do personal sales. And then you have an organizational side. The organizational side is like the business, right? So it's like, I'm the business now. And we felt like, well, what does everybody have? So let's say we have like a listing, we have products, right? But what does all these businesses have in common? Most cases, they have their own website, right? Most cases, there's their own website. So we just felt like, okay, well, sometimes it's hard to maintain a website. Like that website goes different places. Sometimes it's hard to maintain it. So we felt is like, let's just build out their entire website in here. We can have the tracking pre-done for them, everything pre-done for them. So it's very easy to just put their website in when they register. We would do their listings for them, so we can then build out traffic into their website, right? Which makes it very awesome. And then from there, we can also give them maintenance on top of it. So if they need some help, they would come into our help center, right? And then our help center would be able to help them with anything that's going on with, let's say, their website or their business, their operations, let's say it's social media, let's say whatever the heck it is. We feel that a true owner or operator or admin of a company or whatever it is can now truly manage their entire business within a singular platform. So that's in a sense what we're building on our operations sides. It's kind of like a one platform to kind of dominate all of them. That's kind of the idea of it. In a positive manner, of course, but that's kind of the idea of it, where people can come in and start sharing blogs with each other. People can come in and start sharing content, videos. They can do streams. So I have it removed, but I'll have it added back. But people can come in, let's say people want to post their goals. I have a career goal, and my career goal is XYZ, and I want only my fans to see it. I want only myself to see it. They can then build that out, right? And now it's organized to their specific profile for them. Or let's say somebody wants to learn. I need to learn a new podcast.
Welcome to Invest in Yourself and Teach.
Okay, there's that. I'll be adding one more thing here, which will be our university. So I have Discover right now. Probably going to remove that. Maybe add another one to where it's just learning. So when they click on here, now it's what do you want to learn? I want to learn X, Y, Z. I want this. I want that. I want all of these things, right? So that way, again, it's a true platform that has everything in it. And I haven't touched even the surface of it. I guess I've touched the surface. That's basically the surface of it. The next thing, again, that I'm building out, making sure all the icons, like you said, I'm rebuilding a lot of the operations here. But like, for instance, like these will be all software. So like, for instance, ads, like right now it should push it to an error because I have to rebuild the page. But where it would actually go, it would actually go to this. So it would actually go into the platform where somebody can come in and say, oh, I need to run a TikTok ad, right? They click on the TikTok ad, and then again, let's say they connect their accounts. These are my accounts I'm going to connect. This is my type of channel I'm going to connect. Now it's like, cool, let me do some ads for it. Then they'll come into here, and now their advertisement is practically done for them, meaning AI writes all the scripts, does everything. You just pick your budget and you launch, right? So that's in a sense what it is when somebody clicks on ads. When somebody comes in and clicks on, let's say, architect, right? Let's say I click on architect. Now architect, same thing, right? I would come in a little bit different though. I would go into architect. We spelled it a little bit different for fun's sake. But then somebody would come into here. Let me log in here really quick so you can see it. And let's say they're planning out a strategy. So now I come into here and I'm planning out a strategy, and now here's my specific strategy. And then I can say, oh, this is my strategy. Let's simulate this thing. Let's see if it's profitable. Okay, it's profitable, right? So if I run these simulations, it's going to cost me X, right? So it's going to cost me, again, X here. Okay, it's profitable. I generate $14,000 a month in profit. Over the year, I'm generating $173,000, right? So now people can come in and they can calculate these type of things, right? That's kind of the idea of rebuilding some of these operations. So that being said, that's what I'm going to be working on. So I just gave you a little bit of overview. I'm going to be working on some of these operations. On one of them, let me go into Visual Site Editor really quick. Okay, so this is the main, in a sense, process that I'll be focusing on. So we had a website there. So if you went to like www.gfunnel.com, we had a website there. I just removed it. The reason that I removed it was I'm just re-editing it. I'm redoing it. That's the biggest reason why it's been removed. But I kind of want to show you this process. So how the process works is somebody comes up into our sign up page. They sign up. Once they come into our sign up page, then what they do is they're going to go into this registration. We're going to do an AI registration page here. This one captures the information and creates the account. This one is AI registration. In this specific one, I'll just be building it out. So this one, I'm using a software called Formwise. This is the software that I'm using. And the reason that I'm using this software is a few things. So number one, it's the look and feel of the solution, right? But what it allows me to do, I'll just show you, like Dan Kennedy, copywriter. I'll just click in here, skip tour, right? It allows me to create questions, so like a survey questions or form questions, and then it allows me to build out the prompts for those survey questions in a sense. It allows me to get database documentation. It allows me to kind of do everything within here. And then now I can send somebody to a page, they fill out that page, and then I can plug it right into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT will kind of do the rest for us. So, but that's basically it. So what I'm going to be doing is this. So I'm going to create a new tool. Okay, I'm going to do this AI tool builder. Let's try that one. Let's see. I want to create an onboarding form that allows us to capture enough information from a business to not only onboard them, but to dynamically create content for them in the future. So the idea of this, I'm just going to create that tool. Again, this is a software called FormWise. I like it. It's really good. They have a subscription to it. I like it. I believe we have an agency one, so we can give these subscriptions out to people. This is just kind of part of our software ecosystem, if that makes sense. But on this specific one, so again, what I'm working through is this. So we have a sign up. This right here is new. So I'm going to put this as yellow. Okay, because I have to do that one. I have to redo our pricing. We had a pricing page. I just have to redo our pricing page, so I'm going to redo that one. I'm going to make sure that the calendar is redone to make sure that this onboarding process is perfect. And then when somebody comes in here, right, the thank you -redirect page, and this redirect page, if you see, it just takes them right into that piece, right? And I'll probably do like a walkthrough, because I feel that the orientation is very important. So the very, very, very important orientation. But the goal is to get this information enough for onboarding, and then all of that content that's generated here, we automatically create them this. This is like their business build. I'll just call it business build. This is like the example of this would be like all of their social media posts, all of their newsletters, all of their email sequences, all of their landing pages, their websites and everything pre-done for them based on filling this out. So they don't really have to go back through and say, hey, I need to go and build out my business, or hey, I need to do this. They just fill out this form, and then it creates absolutely everything for them. And this way, again, they're in here, so you'd have the perception of being in here into the software. But once they come in and they access these things, so let's say they come in and they access the ads. When they access the ads, their ads are pre-done for them. When they access like Architect, we won't have it pre-done for them. I don't think. Maybe over time we will, but right now we won't. But the ads pre-done for them. If let's say they're using Canva or CapCut, right? They can log directly into their accounts there. Let's say like their CRM, right? Well, the CRM allows them to have that full business built, meaning again, landing pages, websites, everything, all of that content pre-built for them. If they're a course, eventually we'll be doing it for like a course creator. So let's say somebody's in the MRR business, master resell right business, trying to resell like a course or something. Eventually we'll have it where it automatically creates their course for them. So like I want it to do kind of everything on autopilot, and it creates, and this software is just more accessible software, meaning they come in here and people can then access these and see their operation. But I want the system to kind of build out their operation. That's what this whole process is for, is to build out their operation in the database, then correlate the database with marketing and marketing trends. And then from there, it's going to create that entire business build for them, and it's going to add in all of those assets. So I need to probably put these assets here, because again, what I will need on here is I will need landing pages done, right? So landing pages would need to be done. I would need, if people want like a website pages would need to be completed. I would need, if people want like their nurture, so I'll just put nurture pre-created. And then if people need like their like social content, I would need their social content created. So this, in a sense, business build would create the landing pages automatically for them, make sure we create the websites automatically for them, the nurture sequences automatically for them, and then the social media content. So now why do I want it to do this? I feel that people don't have enough time in today's world, because it's a grind to, like, the world of today is kind of, it's a big grind, and we are very limited on time. So my thought is, if we could do that all in the sign up and build all of these systems for them, right? Then here I can just do it like this. If we can build these systems entirely for them, then they don't need to worry so much about. I'm just going to leave it like that. They don't need to worry so much about the chaos, if that makes sense. They don't have to worry so much about, oh, well, this person says this, or they're a guru, or they're, again, whatever the frig it is. They just don't have to worry. It's just, it's done. They don't have to worry. They can just start moving on and going to market. If they need to make money digitally, right, now they can hurry and go to market very, very soon. Very, very quick. Now, there's a lot of automations within this process, because like this is an easy process coming down here. That's easy. This is a little bit complex because we're going into a database. We're grabbing this information from the database. Here, let me just bring this out a little bit. We're grabbing this information from the database, which plugs into ChatGPT. So I know that'll be like, wow, this is crazy, right? But it'll think, and then it'll create. So the idea is think, then create. But what we're going to be utilizing, we'll be utilizing ChatGPT for a lot of that stuff. Okay. So that being said, now how we do it is this. So let me skip this. Okay. So this let's see. So there's a survey here, which is perfect. So let's see what they have. Technology. Other. Target audience. Okay. So I'd probably do this, and I would say business description. Business description. One is for a business and one is for a person, right? I guess we're only building this really for business people. So say description. Okay. Please explain.
Unknown caller.
Who is calling me at this time? Let's answer it. Why not? Let's see what we got. Answer it live, right? Hello, this is Cameron. Hello? I guess people didn't want to talk to me. That's okay. I'll put my phone back on my little holster. There we go. Okay. Please explain your business. Business or idea. Period. Alrighty. So, again, this is business onboarding. Now, when I do some of these operations, I just think is what I do. So I come in here. Most people that are going to upgrade are usually doing like they're usually doing a business. Like realistically, they're usually doing a business. So I'd probably come into here, right? Industry, they have this. I'm going to just delete this because it should be kind of like this. So I'm going to grab here, and I'm probably going to come into here, industry, and I'll come into there. Does that match? Let's just see. There you go, industry, and then I would say, please share your industry. Instead of select, right? Please share your current industry. Okay, so we have business name. I'll probably put this one up here. So business name, what is your business name, right? What is this, right? I wonder, let me just check if this has some logic to it. Multiple choice, singular. So business name is required. Industry is required. description is required. And then multiple choice, which is perfect. Alrighty, so boom, 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 boom. Now I can, let me just check. Please select the industry your business operates in. Please select your current industry. Or please share, there we go, not sure. Please share your current industry. That's fine, so then I can come in here and I can delete it. Please describe, I'll just say that, not explain. Please describe your business or idea. Who is your target audience? And I'm wondering on normal terms. Please share your target audience or who resonates with you. Resonates with you. I'll do target audience. Okay. Who is your target audience? There we go. Business description. Okay, so we have business name, right? We'd probably say this. I'd probably add in a single selection. And I would say website. Do you currently have a domain? And then the answer would be, of course, type here, yes, type here, no. Alrighty, so I'll probably bring this guy up here, right? What is your business name? Do you currently have a website, yes or no? And then let me see if we can do a logic here. I'm not sure if this software allows me to do a logic. It does not. So let me just double check. Yep, it does not. So I'm going to delete this and I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to add it and I'm going to say business web. I'm going to say website. Website. Please share your website. URL. Leave blank. Blank if you do not have one. Something like that. And then I would put here www.gfunnel.com as like an example. Okay. Again, why am I doing this? I'm going to kind of explain it to you. So we have a system here, right? On this specific system, people are going to go through step by step by step by step by step and answer this knowledge. Once they answer this specific knowledge, I'm going to feed that information down into certain strategies. When I do it into certain strategies, so if you can see, I'm going to do it into specific ChatGPT prompts. What those prompts are going to do is one of them would create certain content for something. So the example would be like, let's say social media, and I want it to create all of the social media posts for the next 3 months. Let's just say that is the example. So now I could prompt and say, I want you to create like first month of social media content, second month of social media content, third month of social media content. So when somebody comes in and they fill that out, when it's done, they have 3 months worth of social media content pre-done for them. And they can choose to use or upload that specific content. That's kind of the idea. That's one of the ideas. The next idea is it onboards somebody, and also it allows for, again, us to dynamically create everything. But I'm just kind of showing you the back end of it, okay? So here it is. Please share that. Leave blank. Okay. So I would say this business name, website, URL. It's the same thing, but I'll just do that. I'll probably just call it business website. Business website. Okay. And I'll probably actually go like here. Exit. Let me just copy that. Maybe I'll put it right here. I like it there, just in case somebody removes this. Okay. Required, no. So that way they can continue require. This is going to say yes and no based on if they just fill out their website. That's how this would work. Then I'll get their industry. Then I'll get their business description. Then I'll get this. The next thing I would probably do is product information. And I would say, please describe your product or services. Your products or services. Okay, so now I would get that. So that way they can put in their products and services, right? And then I would probably do another one. And I would put offers. Offers and specials. Please share your offers or specials services, period. Okay, now I'm simply asking what type of products and services do they want? Or in a sense, like, what are their specials here? So now I have, again, quite a bit of information. I'm going to get a little bit more and then I'm going to be done. And then everything else is going to be plugged into the back end based upon strategy. So based upon this information, I'll gain a lot of information here, a lot of input. And then based on that input, right, I'm going to put this information, all of this, I'm going to end up putting it into like one of these softwares. So if I'm going to put it into like, let's just say like a Go High Level or Lead Connector, I'm going to put it into that. That's what that software is. That software is like like a funnel building software if you don't already know what it is. So what it is, it's like let's say you want to build like a website. Let's say you want to build a funnel. Let's say you want to build operations, automations, any of those. That's what that software does. Now there are other software that do that as well, but that's what that one specifically does. There are a few other softwares that do that too. So what we're doing is organizing all of that information and then plugging that information into ChatGPT to then grow that specific business practically on autopilot. Now, why are we doing this? Because when collecting this type of information from people, it takes time. So the goal of this is, again, eliminate some of the time. We can eliminate some of the time by simply doing this type of stuff. That's how we do it. Okay. So that being said, we'll continue to dive on in. Okay, so we have specials and offers. Okay, now let me think if there's anything else that we would need. Let's just say no. So I would do probably this. If they're like, I don't have a product yet. Okay, I would put that as a requirement. Probably put that as a requirement. Probably put that as a requirement. Okay. Website is not a requirement, but these ones should probably be requirements, okay? And then I'm going to make sure as well that we have their email. Email would be required. Okay, so I put their email address would be required because, and I'll call it their username. So I'll just say username on that one. Let me just double check. Yep, so I would do that one. Username. So let's just say this. Please acknowledge by adding your username. And I might do username and password, right? I'll just put username. Please acknowledge by adding your username. Username. Okay, and I'll probably add another one, which is going to be their password. And the only reason that I'm using the username and password on this specific side, where people will come in and add their username and add their password, the only reason that I'm doing that is because this way some random person doesn't try to change somebody else's account. I don't want random people to change other people's accounts, if that makes sense. So we could put their username here. We could put then their password probably right here. So I'd say confirm password. Please confirm your password to continue. Okay, so that way they would come in and they would put their password in there. Required that. Required that. Let me just check if there's an acknowledgement. User data source. I don't need that. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. So there we go. That's basically all we have. So now I'm going to go into test tool. And now this is in a sense what it would look like. So now we would have specific questions that came through here, question after question after question. Once we have those specific questions done, right, we'll submit it and it'll run through our operations. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to edit this stuff, okay? So we came in, so we'll come in through these specific edits. So here's the first one. So we can make this all a single page, or we can make it all a multiple step. This is in a sense what the single page would look like. I'll show you. Here's the single page. Okay. Or, I'll jump back here. Or we make it a multi-step. I think multi-step would be the best. Next thing is webhook results. Yes. We want there to be a webhook here. HTTPS www.gfunnel.com. I'm just going to do that as the webhook for now, but we want, once this is complete, to send us a webhook. We want that, okay? So we want that. Email results. We want the email too. I'll put this email into onestop@gfunnel.com. So it'll send us an email so we have a notification that somebody did this, as well as the AIs that somebody did this. I'll remove their branding. So this is their branding. I will click that. Okay. Enter your affiliate to earn when you refer people to FormWise tool. Okay. We can put our affiliate link there, but I won't quite yet. So embed settings. Okay. So we'll have embed settings and we'll have this. Capture information from the business for onboarding. That's the description of it. Perfect. And then allowed. This would be www.gfunnel.com. We'll just say allow all, which is fine. Somebody can share this. Okay. So now we have this. Everything looks good. Tool for this. Let me just search it. They don't have one. That's okay. Perfect. Alrighty. So now we have our settings done. So now our settings are done. So if I test the tool, right? Now here's the tool. Right? All the branding's down. So now we can embed this in a specific way that looks good. Okay. Now we're going to come up. This is where our responses will come in, just for backup. Okay. This is our embed code, so we'll be embedding this specific section within the onboarding. Okay. This is our coloring. So now we can say, oh, do we want a specific theme added? So let's say we can say, well, let's add a theme. Okay. So now we can add, again, background colors. We can add custom CSS. We can do, there's an expand editor. Right, so if we want to expand our CSS, we can. So let's say like this, right? And let's just say we did gfunnel for now. The gfunnel background logo. Does that look terrible or what? I think so. So let's remove it, okay? So we can just have it just simple, right? Not too crazy, not too anything, right? So we have that. Now we're going to go into our database, okay? Ooh, about to sneeze. Excuse me. So now that we're in this specific side, now we can go and add our documentation here. Okay. What's cool about this one, so we can now have strategies. So let's just say this one is social media strategy. Next, we can then upload. So we can say maybe like this, best social media strategies for content creation. Let's just say that's what we want to do. I'm just Googling it. I'm not doing anything too fancy, right? So Monday.com has one content plan. Let's take a look at this one. Sure. No, that's a call to action. Good SEO though. Here we go. Let's just say this. So about social is usually pretty awesome. So let's just say this. We're going to grab this guy, copy that, copy, right? And I'm just going to come right back over here. Oops, let me exit this guy, exit this guy, exit this guy, and I'll just come right here and I'm going to add this data right there. Now it's going to crawl that, grab that data and bring that data in. Okay, so we should have that. So now it's its own documentation source. Okay. We can also grab our help center. So I'll grab our help center in just a minute. I believe it's under help.gfunnel.com. Let me just double check. It is. Okay, so I'm going to grab our data center here. Okay, it has like all of our different software here. So I'm going to grab that, add documentation, back. Okay, I'm going to add another data source. Let me see if I can add data. Okay, let me grab this guy here. Continue. Oops, I'll just rename this. And this would be data. We'll call it data for now. Okay. So now we have our data added within here, right? So now, again, we have our, like why this is important. I'll kind of explain why this is important, okay? So now we have our system that'll ask those questions, and then when it grabs, we'll plug our strategy within the prompt builder. So again, if you're using this, you can use it as your own tool. You can build your own strategies. You can build your own systems. It's pretty awesome. But we're plugging it into these pages. So it's going to have about 1,000 pages here. So we have about 1,000 to 1,400 pages on this guy right here. It's going to have all that. And then it's also going to grab this guy's pages as well, the content from those guys. Okay, it's going to grab that and it's going to bring it into our prompting tool. So now we have our prompting tool. So now the prompting tool is what happens basically. So on this one, right, this one is now ChatGPT's prompt. So we'll come in and we'll do like a most advanced, so we'll probably do a most advanced one, right? And then we add our strategies in here. So let's say one of the strategies is to create specific content for social media. One strategy is to create this, one strategy is to create that, one strategy is to create those type of things. When somebody onboards, now we can plug in the step-by-step prompt to get them through this process, okay? So for now, I'm gonna leave this blank because there's gonna be a few things that we're gonna be adjusting in here, okay? So I'm gonna just leave this blank for just now. That way we can go through the strategies to match the different builds. And what we're gonna be doing here is this, okay? So I'll just kind of show you. We're completing this guy. Once these prompts are there, it's going to be plugging, it's going to connect into an API here. So what an API is, if you don't know what an API is, I'll kind of show you. There's a few of them. So there's one called like Active Pieces, right? You could jump into Active Pieces to show you. And it's like it's very similar system. It just builds out certain automations, if that makes sense. So this is one. You can use Zapier. There's companies called like Zapier. There's companies called like Pobly. There's quite a few different companies in there. Okay. So in this specific side, so we have quite a few different automations that are running, right? Quite a few different things within here. We would just build an account setup or account creation within there. And it would run quite a few things, not just this one, right? But we can plug that specific data into some of our like, other automations. And what I mean by other automations, I'll just show you. So like, let's say we want to rank one of the websites, and there's something called Citation Vault that we use. And this is just automation in the background, is basically what this is. Okay, and I'll just kind of show you how it works. What is my password? Nope. It's one of these passwords. Yay, I think that we're in. Okay, cool. So this is one of the systems that we use. So basically what happens is we're going to have it where that form is completed. Then it's going to automatically come in and create something like this. So now we would have something like this automatically created based upon that business. They would link back to the website with the specific referral link, meaning that everyone that comes into our system, they have their own designated referral link. It would then be tracked to that. So if any traffic comes in, it now helps you as the individual, right? If traffic comes in, it now brings that reoccurring revenue back to you. So that one stopped. That's okay. So I had a weird pop-up come in. Let me just eliminate this pop-up really quick. And I will go back to live. Choose our category. We'll just jump into education. All right, we're back on there. So whatever reason it stopped me. But that being said, there's a referral link that is connected to absolutely everybody. So as we're building out traffic for people, and people start coming in, people start gaining money automatically. People start gaining revenue and those type of things automatically. And that's the whole goal. That's the whole plan. Let's go into here, member. There we go. And then again, people come in as a member into our system. Cool. So that's, jump back here. That's what, yeah, that's what that process is. Now I'm just going to make sure that that process is functional. Okay, so first I need to embed this guy. So this is what we need. Let me just embed this guy really quick. And I'm just going to embed this guy into just part of the onboarding process here. So, because somebody's going to come in, right? Their very first step was that. Now their second step, so let's just make sure we have their second step. So if I came in, let's say settings, let's say account is created, okay. So here's our account. Default is that, yep. Reset password time frame, yep. After switching, okay. So we're starting to get in the right spot. Let me just come in here. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, let's get this all connected. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right, that's good. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I might have to edit it in our persons. Let me just check really quick. Here we go. Everyone that comes in, they would come in as a new member. Redirect after person creates their account. So then they would come into a registration page. So we need to add them to a, I'll just probably do custom, and that custom link. So I need to make sure that we have a custom page here. So let me just do that really quick. So I would come into here, okay. This is the custom page. And then from this custom page, I would have, again, just following this, they sign up, they would come into registration. So I need to create a page, and I need to call this page registration. Okay, so registration, it'll create that. That's done, perfect. Okay, and now I want my layouts to look probably like this guy right here. And then I'm gonna embed that specific piece right here. So I'm gonna grab this guy, move this guy over here, click here. I'm gonna do this as just our content, and I'm just gonna call this registration form. Bit lowercase to me, registration form, okay? Now I do that, I'm now going to embed that code right here. Oops, wrong thing. Let me grab this. I'm gonna copy this, copy, come back here and embed, boom. Okay, now if I view this, so powered by FormWise, I thought we removed this, but we'll see how this works. Looks like it's taking forever to load. I don't like that. Let's jump back here for a sec. We just removed this. I don't know why it's there. Which it pulled from there, okay. Say publish to live. That's probably why I haven't published to live yet. Okay, now let's see. So I have that registration. Let me refresh this page. It should be published to live now. There it is. Okay, so now we have this. So what I'll probably do is make this even smaller, right? Because it's just too lengthy right here. So I'll just make this a bit smaller. So I'll just come right in here, grab some of this code, height, width. So the height, probably put it at like 300. I'm just going to test it and see because I don't know. Boom, looks about right. Yeah, and then maybe put some information on there to make it look all good. And then maybe edit this page just a little bit. So I could come into here, I can disable that. I could come into here, I can make it instead of defaults, I would do probably that. Let's just see how that looks. Boom. Let me just check really quick actually. Because maybe, just maybe, I would come into here and I would say, without that, let's just see. Alrighty, so that would just bring me into a registration page. This is what I would want more, so then I can come in and I can edit this. So now we can come in and we can edit this guy. Again, probably come into here, put some padding and background on it, because that would make it look a little bit here. I don't like that specific. See how I have to scroll? I don't like that scroll. So why do I have to scroll here? Let's just see. Let me jump into here and say my height is probably at 300. It's doing the same thing. That's okay. So I'll come here. I'll probably maybe put this at 500 then. I just want to eliminate that scroll. Okay. Oh, let me close these guys. Ah, I just closed the wrong one. That's okay. We'll reopen it in just a second. There we go. No scroll. So now I have this again. I would just make this look pretty, and then again, what we're doing is we're just coming in here and making it so our onboarding process. So let me jump in back to our gfunnel. Here we go. I'm just making sure that our onboarding process. So this is it. Let me grab that guy. I'm just making sure that our onboarding process coming in here is seamless. So here to registration form. So now I would need again, if everybody is registering, great, right? So then I would need a registration form. Once they finalize this registration form, I would then need to send them somewhere. So let me pull back that software form-wise, because I would probably send them back into like a recommended pricing page or something on those lines. So here we go. Okay, so that's good. Let me just see. Okay, allow for those websites, that's fine. Okay. Let me just check. Display results for users. Actually, I would put them into a redirect. Missing redirect page. So again, now this redirect page, if I'm following this one correctly, would go down to the pricing page. So it would go down to pricing. And it would be, I'll do it as select plan is probably what I would do for a more seamless piece. So registration page, let me add a new page, and I would just call it select plan. Select plan, select plan. Technically they're signing up for a membership, select membership, but select plan's fine. And then I would probably do the same thing as it just an empty page so they can do that, and then it would bring them right back into our system. So I would come here, I'd probably do it like that. So now we have a select plan page. That select plan page would be of course empty, but I would copy this guy. Now I'm gonna come into here, whoops, sorry. I would come into here and I would just redirect them. Redirect them to that page. Okay. So now basically what would happen, and I'll just kind of show you. Let's say I'd come into here. So I'd say, what is your business name? gfunnel, right? Next. What is your website? gfunnel.com. Next. What industry do you serve? All industries. Let's just say next. Business description. We are a business ecosystem. Ecosystem. I'm just testing it right now. Ecosystem that members subscribe to for social. We are a business ecosystem that helps individuals create freedom for themselves and others. Let's just say that. Next. Who is your target audience? All people. Right. I mean, of course, that would be specific, but I'm just putting information in. Product information, software, and professional service provider. Okay. Offers, what type of offers? We offer a free membership that allows individuals to begin their journey as an entrepreneur. Username, okay, so then I put cam@gfunnel.com. I'm just going to put another one, test@test.com. Okay, next, and then I would put test 123 money sign as the password, and then submit. Form submitted. Boom. And then it goes to select plan. Okay. Based on the information that you provided, these are your specific plans. So now they would come in and they would select their plan, right? Without acknowledging that, again, their whole system has been built for them. Now they're in the platform, so now they can start seeing things. Now they can start accessing things. So that seems pretty seamless. Yeah, it seems pretty seamless. I think, anyways. Maybe it's not. What are your thoughts? Let me turn that on. What are your thoughts? Maybe is this seamless? I mean, the vision, right? Because we have to now build that perception. It matches this. Let me pop up the screen. I mean, it matches. So it brings somebody through. It allows them to come through. I mean, we have our multi-tier commission structures. We have everything. So it matches all of that, seamlessly brings people through, and then it plugs into our AI there. And then our AI can go and do everything else. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. Please confirm this and please confirm that. Yeah, because if the registration's there and then I'm just having them reconfirm their username and password, then the form is submitted. The form will then, I don't think it will open a new tab. We'll dive in. We'll see what's going on, huh? Okay, so we have this, that's embedded. Okay, let me jump back to this form. Redirect to a new URL. Okay, that's perfect. Because if I display results, they'll just be there. So I need to redirect them. That redirection will then, we capture the information. We utilize our ChatGPT prompts. Our ChatGPT prompts will then build out their strategy. From building out the strategy, then it's going to push that information to us. I'll grab that webhook in a sec. Push that information to us, and then after all of that, it's going to say, okay, information's pushed. Let's redirect them over here. So then, yeah, that should solve it. Yeah, that should solve it. So now somebody can come in, create their account, register their account. We can do all of the AI and everything in the background. So we can do all of that, and then it creates them their very own profile and business account right here. So they'd have their own business profile account. It then builds out all of their different software that they have automatically. Just kind of builds all of those things out automatically. And then, yeah, they have their tools, their onboarding. They have their software systems. They have their entire business built for them. They have all of that done simply by filling out that registration. It's automatically connected to their referral link, so they can start gaining commissions immediately. It's, yeah, I think we have most everything covered. What do you think? Are we missing anything on that side? Again, this whole session's about like just rebuilding some operations. Are we missing anything? I'm trying to think. No, I don't know. What do you think? Like, really, what do you think? Like, if you're just this outside person and you saw some of this stuff and you're just like, is it too confusing? Because I want it to be so freaking simple that anybody in the world can build their own business. That's what I want. Like, really, that's what I want. Yeah. I'm missing one step. The step that I'm missing is what happens if somebody doesn't have their business registered, right? I think that's the step I'm missing. So I can automatically do that too. I can incentivize people. So if somebody does like a business build, I can have the system automatically build out their business, build out their EIN number, build out all of those things. I can practically do that on pure autopilot. But do you think that would be useful? What do you think? Like, the idea would be that somebody here, and I can share a link here. I'll share a link for other people. Like, here's our TikTok. I'll just share a link in the chat on the TikTok. There's a live, like, I'm in a live chat. That's a live chat if anyone wants to actually ask questions who can't ask questions, because I know you have to have 1,000 users to come on live with me and those type of things. But that way, if somebody like has questions, they can do that. But how is that? Do you think it's simple? Do you think it's too complex? What do you think? If it's too complex, maybe put like a 1 in the chat if you don't mind. If it's simple, like if it's like, hey, that's simple enough, put a 3 in the chat. And I think that maybe that will do it. So again, what I'm asking is that process that I went through. If you're new and you're coming in, right? Then you're new and you're coming in. You didn't know it, but I took somebody through this process. So is this? It's for business and it's operations. So that way you can kind of get the concepts of it. It's onboarding people into our software. So this would be, in a sense, our software. It's onboarding people into our specific software. And the idea is that process of getting somebody from point A, which is creating their account, all the way to their accounts are pre-built for them. Point A to finalization, right? The goal is to get that completely done on autopilot, so they don't have to do that. If that process is too complex, like, let me know. Like, so again, this is the process. So I'll come in here. Let me just jump it in. Registration. So this is kind of that process. So I'll share my screen really quick. I'll change the look and feel, so like it won't look like this. It'll actually look good. But the idea is they fill out this information, right? So let's say the company, GFunnel, this page will look good. Right now it's just a freaking form. They put in their website if they have one. If they don't have one, then we know, right? What industry are they in? So I'll come in, I'll edit that, but let's just say it's software or coaching or whatever it is. Let's say it's a coach. I am a coach that teaches operations. Let's just say that's it. Right? Target audience. These are entrepreneurs. My target audience. I provide software solutions that help people grow online. Let's just say I help people grow digitally. So let's say that special offers, free account creation. Let's just say that. Next, my username. So let's just say test@test.com. I'm actually going to put my cam here. cam@gfunnel.com. I'll do that one. Password, I'll just do it as test123 money sign, and I'll just do submit. Right, form submitted. Okay, so it's submitted. I see it opens up a new tab. I want it to close. So, but it opens up a new tab, and now my new tab is I'm in the software. I'm in the this would be like selecting a plan. So again, it's not there yet, but this would be like the price plans. So they'd come in registration, they would come into the pricing plans. Somebody could either pick a paid plan or pick a free plan, either or. And then if they pick a free plan, they go right into the dashboard. If they pick a paid plan, they go into our calendar systems and then into our booking setup, right? But what do you think on that process? Is that process too complex for people, in your opinions? What do you think? Because my goal is, how can I seamlessly bring somebody in, get their account created, gather the appropriate information. This is the appropriate information for us to automate everything. And then in the background, when somebody comes in here, now they're in the dashboard, there'll be maybe a little slight orientation that kind of walks them through the dashboard and walks them through each and every single piece. And then all of their solution is automatically created, meaning their business model is automatically created, their website's automatically created, their landing page is automatically created, their email newsletter is automatically created, their affiliate systems automatically created. Basically, everything is automatically created through automation. I can go into that confusing stuff in a bit, but it's already done. So now they're in their account, and then they would have, let's say, their profile. This is their profile account. And now their profile account is like, it's set up for them, if that makes sense. Like their Stand Store system already pre-built, right? So we'd have a Stand Store system here. All of their certain tabs pre-built for them. They would have their software plans and packages automatically here, so they could access like their advertisement platforms. They can access their project management platforms. They can access their funnels if they want, their websites if they want, Canva if they want, CapCut if they want, any of those things, right? They can access all of those things. They would have their own personal community for them, as well as the global community, as well as the business. So this would like be the business or organizational communities, pre-done for them automatically based upon registration. Now their goal would be, what's my next step? It's marketing, right? So it's influencing people and bringing them in. We would already have their links pre-done for them, meaning their affiliate tracking links. This would be their affiliate tracking links, pre-done for them so they could start sharing to other people, to bring other people in. And the programs, so these are like the affiliate commission programs, are all pre-done, so people can get paid every single person that they bring in. So if they bring in like 1,000 people, they could technically get $1,000, right? If they brought in, again, they have to be real, so we'll go through verification, but they have to be kind of real people. But if they can do that, they get paid for every person that they bring in. They gain that affiliate commission. Is that process, if I just fill out the form, is that process too confusing, or do you think it's simple enough that it would make it easy enough for people? My goal is to make it easy enough, right? And then to give all of the tools within here. Like, so one tool that I'll be adding down here, right? Down in this specific section down here, one tool will be our chat widget. And what our chat widget is, it's ChatGPT basically is what it is. It's ChatGPT for people. So they could, in a sense, use the ChatGPT instead of going to like ChatGPT and asking. They can just click on it, boom, it'll pop up. They can ask ChatGPT, it'll answer their questions. They can copy that and continue. That's one of them. And then the next thing is like the support side. I wanted to simplify it, so, and maybe this is the wrong structure. Maybe I need the help a little bit above. Maybe we'll see based off of users, but I don't know. I feel that the only thing missing, I mean, we already have like our fans only section, so it's like it's the same business model as like fans only, right? You come in and you build out your, let me switch my accounts. You come out and you have like your fans only type content where people can come in and pay you a subscription, right, for specific content, so for specific memberships. We already have that, so that way you could build your subscriptions around it, just like fans only. I mean, we did limit it so you can't come in and like share nudes and like pornography and stuff. We did eliminate that because we don't want the dashboard to be that. We want it to be business oriented related. So we already have that side of it. We have our goal sides of it. We have our event sides of it. I think, let's just see. Events. I don't see events. Why don't I see events here? No events. Let me just jump into our organization sites. Events. I don't see events. Okay. Let's make sure our events module's installed. Because people need events and calendars. Let's just see. I don't see it. Huh, okay. I'll have to go get our one of our modules and get that added. Because I just don't see it here. So that's okay. I'll jump back. I didn't see it there, so I'll get it added. But would that not be the coolest freaking software in the world? I think so. So that being said, I'm going to continue on some of this stuff. So I have a few appointments that are coming up here soon. I don't know. I just feel like that would be probably the best solution on the market for any digital marketers, anyone. I feel that that would be freaking awesome. But yeah, I don't know. So, what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? Think it would be good? I think it could be good. I don't know. That's just my thinking. If maybe you're just like, I don't give a shiz, Cam. I'm here to freaking go off on Facebook and keep scanning, or YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. Keep scanning on YouTube. I'm here to just do YouTube, right? Or I'm here to do these things. Maybe that's you. I'm just, yeah. That would be the best freaking solution in the world. Ooh, I'm excited. You know why I'm excited on that? It allows me to go and travel back again. It allows me to go and drive and buy the cool things that I want to buy and live the life that I want to live. And it allows me to get money all the time. So I have a pretty thing. Yeah. So that being said, I'm excited on that part. So again, if you just jumped in, we have the coolest software in the freaking world. I think anyways. Like, you can say, Cam, no, it sucks. But I think it's freaking cool what we're building. I think it's freaking cool. I mean, literally, it's everything that a business would ever need, everything that an entrepreneur online would ever need, anything that a marketer would ever need, anything that an agency would ever need, all within one solution. And it has its own community, its own platform, its own education system, its own university, its own hiring system, its own marketplace system. It has, like, everything. And if I can make it more simple, my goal is to make it simplistic enough that it will bring everybody in. Yeah. I think we got it. So only a few operations left, and then we'll have it in place, and then sure enough, market. So see if we can become the Facebook again. Again, we did a pre-launch in January, and when we did our pre-launch, we had roughly 12,000 users. So within about a 3-month period, we had about 12,000 users come in. Well, actually, within a 2-month period, we had about 12,000 users come in. Just kind of slowed down on the third month. But we had about 12,000 users that came into the platform. That was our old platform. I mean, was our old platform okay? Yeah, it was okay. It was like, I'll show you. So, like, I'll give you the comparison. You can judge for yourself. So, the new, right? This is new. I'll show you kind of the old crap. The old crap. It's not bad. I don't think so, anyways. So, portal. I'll just jump into an account. This is our old stuff. Bring somebody in, right? I'll end up moving that banner, but this is in a sense what it is. So it's like it's its own like built custom kind of system, but it was kind of surface level, meaning like this is what it was. People would access their tools and services and whatnot like this, right? This is how they would do it, right? We'd have, again, our updates and stuff like this, right? So we'd have some cool stuff like this. This is, again, how people would come in and use our system. But I just want to, like, we would come in and customize stuff like this. But what we did is we transitioned this. So this is what we called Portal. We still use this. This is actually our employee portal. So we build out companies their own custom employee portals. But we advance this to this. So that other one just did the tools and resources. Well, all the tools and resources would be, I think we're still rebuilding this page up, but all of those things would be here. The courses, all of the courses would be here. So like, it's, again, this is the, I don't know if I can just do dark mode. The other thing's in dark mode. There you go. This is in a sense the dark mode of it. Let me jump back. Right. So this is our old one. It's just like, it's flat, if that makes sense. It's flat. To communicate, you have to go into like a different platform and a different platform to communicate. So we just said, let's just kind of rebuild everything within like this. And now we have everything within something like this. And now it's going through. So now it's like, people want to communicate, they communicate. They want to access their software solutions, they access their software solutions. They want to look for one of our blogs, they look for one of our blogs or education. They want to listen to a podcast, they listen to a podcast. They want to watch a TED Talk, they watch a TED Talk. They want to post on the marketplace, they just click there, they post on the marketplace. If they want to post a job or get a job, they can come into here. We'll be building this up, but they could come in here and say, I want to be a social media manager. They can put their information here, application, submit their application there. Now that the people that submit the job can get this stuff. If they need training on getting a job or training on learning how to be a social media manager or whatnot, they would connect into, eventually this will be like our courses and our systems that would teach in each and everything so they could do it. This discovery, again, it's empty right now, but this will end up being like, discover new listings, discover new this, discover new courses, all of this type of stuff, right? It'll be there. They would have their own chat system, so they would come in. We have a chat system. I'll probably bring it back, but it's basically for you, your clients, for people, you can communicate with people through it, just like you could on Facebook. Their own notification system, so you have your own notification systems. People could come in, they could add like their updates, they could create groups, discussions, they can do their goals, they can add their own blogs to it, add their own courses to it. Soon as we have a strong enough server on it, we'll add streaming so people can come in and do like what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a live, right? They'd be able to come in and do the live here. So they could come in and do a live streaming here. I like how TikTok runs with its videos. So, yeah, so like I'll end up doing like a TikTok reels and stuff in here too. So this way it brings TikTok in here, right? It brings YouTube within here. So I might even add its own section, because technically I can embed TikTok within the platform. So now people could run their business, TikTok's in there, and they could still run with all of their apps, their communications and everything around it. I'll double check, make sure it can embed. But basically it's like everything that somebody would ever need to run their business all within one platform. And then they can either sign up for free, get access to a lot of our free stuff, jump into a paid plan, right? So they pay for a subscription, get certain accesses to it, and then everybody makes money. You bring somebody in, you make money. Somebody upgrades, you make money. Somebody buys something off the marketplace, you make money. Somebody posts things, money shared. So money shared, money shared, money shared on all different metrics, all within one system. Now it just comes down to learning the system. Put education around learning the system. I think if that's done correctly, I mean, that's I don't see a stronger system on the market. I haven't seen one. Maybe you have? I don't know. I think that's not bad. That was the transition. Right? From this to this bad boy. I like it, right? Like this bad boy. That was the big transition. So, yeah, I'll continue working on this stuff. So that way it's there. And then again, I'm building it into a way that I can even copy and paste this for everyone else. So that way everyone else can get this. If they desire this, they can get this. I think though, working on their own, it might be hard to manage this thing because a lot of technical crap going on here. It might be a little bit harder to manage it. So my goal is to get people to just use our system so that way we can manage it, we can manage the support, we can manage the tickets, we can manage all of those things because we have a decent backend team.
but my goal is like, let's say a business comes in here. It's not just a person's account, but let's say I'm on a business account. So let's say I'm in a business account. Again, this is dirty. This will be cleaned up, right? If you looked at our old version, you'd be able to see it. So our test version, our sandbox version, you'd be able to see it. But the idea is like, again, this is, let's say, an organization, kind of like a Facebook page, a little bit different, kind of like a Facebook business page. The difference would be embedded is their website. We have tracking on top of this. So affiliate tracking on top of this. We have Google tracking on top of this. We can help people embed their own like Facebook pixels on top of it if we want. So they have all the tracking. But now somebody can like look at it, manage their whole website. Now let's say they need help. They're like, crap, I don't know what Google Tag Manager is. They could click, in a sense, our help center, and then our help center would say, oh, this is how to do Google Tag Manager. This is how to do this. This is how to do that. And there's education on practically everything, as well as dedicated teams to help each and every business succeed. I think that's probably the coolest system in the world. So that's just me. Again, that's my bias, because why I structured it, organized it, and put it all together.
So am I biased on the freaking stuff? Of course I'm biased on it. It's my little baby. So I'm of course biased on this stuff. I just wonder what others would think. Doesn't matter. I'm still creating it for me. People come in all the time and, Cam, I want you to build stuff, and I get custom clients coming in all the time for me building stuff for them. But that being said, I'm going to continue on this stuff, but I think the platform is looking up. It's looking really good. That's just how I feel. I think I'm wondering how it actually looks on somebody's system. I usually have a specific zoom on there, so I'm thinking that it looks about the same. But yeah, I'm going to continue on some of these lives. And that way, again, if you guys want to come in, you want to message, feel free to message. If you have questions, feel free to ask them. I'll do my very best to answer things that I can. So, but that being said, we have that, we have the look of this, okay. On the marketplace will be fine. I might adjust this a little bit. Opportunity side's fine. Discovery side kind of sucks. Again, I might make it opportunity, education, discovery. What do you think? Discovery, explore. I'll probably put explore. Education, explore. Yeah, maybe? I don't know. So, that's okay. All right, going back. So, here is part of the system. I don't like that it opens up a new tab, but that's okay. So now we're going to connect this guy into some automation. So we have this specific piece. This specific piece is going to hit. Boom. Right, but it's going to send us a webhook, some automation. So let's jump into some webhooks, some automation. So let's jump into account creation side. For listings, that is awesome. Let's just jump into, let's go new from scratch. And I'll just rename this guy right here, rename, and we're going to say account setup. Alrighty, so when somebody fills out that form, we actually have enough information to trigger one of our listings. Let's do it. So again, somebody fills out this form, so we probably do like a webhook here. Boom. Okay, we're going to do a catch hook. I'm going to grab some content over here. I'm going to then come into this, and I'm going to then come in and post that. Okay, now I'm going to come into here, so that's first done. So once this is done, it's going to send in all of that information over there. We'll test that guy. Again, this expands a little bit. And now this is going to be our strategy. So we'll build our strategy up here, and then we're going to implement and push our strategy into this guy right here. This guy will now catch it. Okay. Now that this guy catches it, the first thing that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably do open source platform. Let me just check. Update project. Let me just see what we got here. Let me delete that guy. I want to add it to our listings. So active pieces. Okay, let's just see. Update project. Business automation. No cool business automation. Active pieces. I want to add it to another flow. Automation. Be about, nope. I want to add it to another webhook. Let me just see. Crypto generate random passwords with hashes. Okay. I'll probably end up doing that because we have stored, so passwords in a sense come through here, right? So we need to secure some of those passwords. So we'll probably have to secure here, and we'll say generate a password. I don't know what the password length is. I'll have to double check that, but first thing is again, people come in. If information's coming in, we need to secure some information, right? Next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that the information is added properly to a database. So we have to have either a SQL database, right? So I'll probably do it as like a SQL database, MySQL, and we'll probably insert a role. So I'll probably have to add it back to a database. Can we use Google Sheets on this? Yes. Google Sheets just isn't quite as secure as a SQL database. So in most cases, we will pull it from that. I might even actually do it like this. Find a role. I'll do a connection. Okay, so I'll need that information, the password, and then I'm going to find information. So that way we know that, hey, that person just submitted their information. I'll do an automation that says, hey, we'll find who that person is so we can update their specific fields. And then it'll find it, it'll update those specific fields, and then we'll continue down our route of automations. So our automations, let's see what we got. I want to use this. I want to create, let's see, create. I want to just add it to another freaking workflow. This is my goal, if it's possible. So I come in here, right? So I have listings for profiles within here. I want to be able to send that to here. So it should be just a flow, meaning I want to say, hey, if the data comes into here, send all that information over there. And maybe I can here, maybe I can't. So we're going to see. So we're going to come into here. I'm going to type in just flow. Let's just check, right? Flow, nothing. Okay. So let's just say form. Nothing. Okay. So we're going to say I have to probably do probably some type of a webhook then. No, I'll do API. What the freak? It should be a webhook. What the freak? Webhook. It would be HT. There it is. Okay, and I would be sending an HTTP request. I'd be posting one, creating one based upon that, and I'd be adding those specific variables in there that I need. The specific variables are based on the content that they've created. So now I would put this information here. So let me open this guy up. This stuff will be confusing. If you're coming in here and you're not into automations and you're not into all of this other crap, this will be confusing.
It really will, I promise. It'll be like, ugh, why am I watching this? But if you're somebody that's like up to it, then it's really good stuff. Okay? But basically this guy, right, I'd be pushing into a URL like that. And this URL would be plugging into our listing systems. So like this specific guy, right, it's going to find out all of that information. And then it's going to plug into our listing system. This is our listing system. And what our listing system is going to basically do, okay, it's going to come in, it's going to grab into, so we need to make sure that we push somebody's IP address into this to make sure it's done correctly. If their IP address is done correctly, right, this is their IP address. Now it's going to come in and it's going to say, please write a unique description on this, right? We can do that. I'll probably change it because we now have content coming in, and its goal would be to push information into a bot. I'm gonna get a little crazy with you right now. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy, but I'm gonna show you how it all connects. Okay, so basically what's gonna happen is somebody fills out this registration form. Okay, if I refresh it, again, it will look cute. Right now it just looks like a box. This whole page will be designed like a registration piece. Somebody will come in here and they'll fill out this questionnaire. Once they fill out these specific questions, okay, that information is going to be pushed over into this guy right here. It's going to catch that information. Now what it's going to do is it's going to look up all the needed information into the database, and it's going to then say, oh, I have information you just submitted. I have all this information from the database. We're going to now do an operation. This operation is going to run, meaning it's going to say, okay, what do we need to do? So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to send in information over to this guy right here. Now this guy says basically, oh, like I'm going to gain information, okay? So it gains information. And now what I'm going to do with this information is I'm going to perform an action. That's what this specific bot in a sense does, or this automation does. It says, I'm going to perform an action. Now what the action that it performs, I'm going to show you it. It is complex. Don't get stuck and lost in the weeds, but it is complex, okay? I'm warning you beforehand. But it's going to send in a request to something like this. This is now what's called a robotic process automation, meaning this automation functions on the web and on like a server-based computer, okay? And what this automation does, so to summarize it, like yes, there's crazy little steps that it does, but basically what it does is it creates this. So it comes in, it logs into this specific software called Citation Vault. It logs into that software, that's what the bot does. And then what it does, I'll just kind of show you. It comes through and it says, oh, let me add a new location. So it clicks on that. It comes in and it fills out all of this information. It fills out all of this stuff, right? And then it clicks submit. Now, why, like this bot, again, I'm talking like this is all of those actions. Why that bot does it based on an account that's created. I'm gonna show you really quick, just so you have an idea. Again, this is advanced stuff. Pretty advanced stuff, okay? So let me just come into here. I'll just jump into here. I'm gonna jump into here really quick. Okay, I'm gonna jump into here, and I'm just gonna show you right here what it kind of does, okay? I might even already have one. Let me just check. gfunnel. I'm just going to kind of walk you through, like, so you conceptualize in a sense what it does. So this would be, I'll just call it listing. Okay, listings. I'll just call it listings for easy sake. Okay, basically what it does is this. To summarize all of that, so we have account created. Okay, there's automations that create the account. And then what it does is, I'll just call it listings created, meaning that big web of automations and crap, we'll just summarize it with this little box called listings creation or listings created. Basically what that does is this, okay? It creates 300 plus locations that are all out on the web. So it creates 300 plus locations that are out on the web. So think of it as like a net. And those things like a net, so again, like TripAdvisor, Yelp, if you're familiar with those, like the SEO, all of those generates traffic. So this would be like traffic, meaning eyeballs find that site eventually. And eyeballs that are interested would then click on one of those 300 plus locations that it's listed on, and then it would be brought back to the specific individual's profile. So let's say you are that specific individual, and let's just say as a person you are offering your services. It would bring that back to you, connected to your referral link, affiliate link. And I'm just showing you again the complexity of the system. Okay. 300. So think of it as like a big web of people, or sorry, a big web of websites, meaning there's tons and tons and tons of. Let me jump back into this. There's tons and tons and tons of this. Right? Tons of these pages everywhere. There's tons of these pages everywhere. Okay, 300 plus of pages like this that people can come to. Right. It then. People will see that on Google or find it on those different sources. They'll click on one of those pages. Those pages are connected to your affiliate link, meaning now the traffic that comes in and comes into your page and says, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I want to create my account. It's now tied to your specific affiliate link. If they ever upgrade, you get paid, right? This is all done automatically. And then let's just say you have products. So let's just say they have a checkout on your page and they come in and they buy from you. Now you're generating traffic. So that's what this automation does. When somebody comes through, because this is what would be called like backlinks or SEO, a little bit of it, not the full picture of it. What that system does is it automatically does that, because we know it's important, but we know if we show you how to do it, it'll take time. So how do we eliminate the time? We just do it for you. And how do we do it for you without it being a cost for us to do it or a time for us to do it? We have AI or automations do it, which is this is the AI or automations do it. And then what it does is it spreads our brand as well. So we get branding, but it spreads your influence in your product. So it's really good for an influencer, right? Brings people in, and now checkout would equate to money. 1, 2, 3, right? Money. That would equate to money. Right? That's in a sense how that system works, all based off of somebody just simply filling out this slight questionnaire. So there's a lot of actions that are happening in the background that allow somebody to gain and generate traffic. And for us, what it does, again, it builds a brand, it helps establish traffic within our ecosystem, and then again, we revamped our processes. Like, our whole software solution is no longer a sales marketing dashboard for salespeople or a software for it becomes a recruiting hub where other people could then go and recruit other people, right? They can sell their products, they can sell their influence, they can do it, but now our business model is mainly just like a recruiting hub. It just brings people in, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of people in. Again, that's how we are able to get about 12,000 users within that month type period of time, month, 2 month type period of time. Brings a ton of users into the platform, and then now all we have to do is make sure that we have the right education within there, right? The right business models that allow people to grow and scale within there, the right pieces that allow people to truly create freedom within there. And now people just need a computer or a phone, right? They utilize this big, massive community-software system, right? Once they utilize this community-software system, they grow and grow and grow. And that's the whole idea and goal of this. And I'll post the link so you can see it, right? That's the website. You can go there, you can visit it. We've been building for a bit. We went viral for a little bit,
and then there was some negativity that happened. I won't dive too deep into that. You'll see an outcome if you're part of that specific group. There was a bit of deception that happened, and then that deception again pushed our name through the dirt, and we felt like there was a bit of, again, deception on the other side, a bit of unethical practices on the other side, but the goal is to just get bypast that. It's not benefiting anyone. It's damaging, in a sense, both parties. We got damaged a lot from it. I won't go into the details of it. It stopped our progression for a little bit, but we're still building it. I mean, our entire whole business structure and everything, a lot of people are trying to steal it. If you noticed, I'm on a TikTok live and I'm showing you the ins and outs. So that way there's a lot of transparency there. If you're going to steal it, steal it. Create the best business solution and then just come in and share it with others. That's kind of the key. That's what we've been building. But that gives you the ins and outs of that operation. So I'm just going to continue on this. Okay. So again, we have a strategy that's built here. That strategy is going to shift here. I don't know the best strategy here yet, so we'll figure it out. Okay. But what's cool is how it's structured, right? This is that form, right? This is this form. How it's structured is, as soon as I know the very best strategy, I can just put it right in here. As soon as I know the best content, the ad for the websites, I can put it in here. As soon as I know the best of any of those things to go, I can just put it right in here. And now once I have it, this is now my strategy. Now I can even plug this into, hey, once this is done, I need you to create, like this is like business onboarding form. I need you to go and create the very best social media piece, right? Social media content. I need you to build the best X, build the best this, build the best this. I can do a multi-stack of prompting. I just have to find the best prompts. Multi-stack of prompting. And then I can plug it in with the action steps, kind of like this. And then I can see, okay, do people need to come in and create all of their websites? Do people need to come in and create all of their stuff? Well, let's just do it automatically for them. Saves people time, saves people money. Let's get people to start making money as fast as we can. And now if our whole ecosystem and business is planned over that, we dominate the entire market. No, it doesn't really matter if you can create it. It won't be able to sustain it. It's just utilizing, I'll just say good luck, because we'll just analyze what's better and then implement it within our platform. And that's what we've been doing anyways. But that being said, let's jump in. Okay. So this strategy, leave. Okay. Next we have this. Okay. So we're bringing in content in here. Boom. Okay. And then I want to make sure this is linear. So let me just kind of come into here. I'm going to just rebuild some of these things. Okay. So again, even though I have it built within here, right? It's built within here. I'm just going to make sure that this side is built out. Okay. So we have, let me just jump in. Well, let me just see if we have registration. Okay, registration. I'm just seeing if we have a page already for it. It doesn't look like it, that's okay. So I just build it out here, I'll zoom in. Okay. So we have, I'll just start it with sign up. Sign up. Oh. And then from sign up, we have registration. Okay. From registration, again, they have their plan selection. And then from plan selection, based on their plan, they're going to have like a calendar. This is for onboarding. Make sure that their people are getting onboarded correctly. And then from onboarding, we'll probably bring back people to the, I'm trying to think if I want to bring them back into their own profile page or if I want to bring them back here. I think that people will come here and be like, oh, I can start communicating immediately. That might be good. But it also might be good to just bring them right back to their own profile. Because now they're here and they're like, oh, okay, now I'm in my own profile. And then part of their discovery, eventually they're going to say like home. And now they're in their whole thing. And they're like, oh my goodness, right?
or just bring them home and walk them through what this is, and then walk them through how to access their own profile, right, and how to get into their own profile and do it. So we'll get those setup steps done. But we'll just say this, and I'll just probably put them into maybe a thank you page here, right? Thank you onboarding, or thank you dash orientation. So it's like thank you, and then it welcomes them. Hey, we want to thank you at GFunnel. We're going to walk you through these specific steps. Then it walks them through those specific steps. And if they do a free plan, so again, we would have it like this, registration, they select their plan. There's going to be a few different plans here that they'll select, but let's just say there's going to be one plan here, which would be their free plan, because we want people to make sure that they can get an account for free. So this way, again, if they just don't have money or whatever they don't have for now, that's okay. We might as well still help them, if that makes sense. Like, people deserve it. Just my opinion. I think people deserve it. Okay, so here would be like a free plan, and then from here we'll just call these paid plans. Easy, just in case the plan structures change, right? Okay, there we go, and I'll just put these as green so they know that this is where that money starts. Okay, if it is a paid plan, there'll be a calendar set up for onboarding. And if it's just a free plan, it'll just take them right into the orientation. So something like that. The reason that orientation is because, again, it's a pretty decent sized ecosystem. So it's decently, well, and, oh, I have to post in here. So if you're joining this, or if you enjoy it at all, press like 1. So I'd say like press 1 if this is complex. How about that? Press 3 if you get this. That'll kind of get people running, I think. Here, there we go. Now I have some chats that go through. Okay. Perfect. So then we would come in for free here. I need to get this even. Okay. So now we have, in a sense, this system, right? Calendar, book, okay. And then from there, the orientation kind of walks them through it. And then we want people to start setting up their own page. So I would probably take them over to their own personal page. So that way, before they start talking to the world, they take care of themselves. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, now let's do this. So we have this one, right? Registration. This registration is going to be pushed over to this database. Let's call this database. And we have registration pushed to that database, right? All of these guys pushed to that database. And then, whoops, let me jump into here. Push to that database, calendar, push to that database. Okay. The reason I'm pushing everything to the database is so it works. Why is this always just a little bit off? Let me just zoom in really quick. There we go, and then there we go. So now everything's coming into this database, which is perfect. And then this database will come in here. So the personal page, we'll have it do their personal page, and then inside their personal page, they can always go into their software solutions. And then there's going to be a business module or business model here. So I'll just put a business build. This specific business build would come right here, and it would build out their software solutions. Again, this looks complex, but we have to make it so it's just automated, very easy, right? So that way it's not too like crazy on there. Okay. On this registration, I might need to embed something because I want to make sure that people are signing up for the correct agreements coming through here. But again, that's kind of that process. So they'll come in, right, into our new solution. They'll come in here, boom. They'll register their account from this specific site. They're going to come in and access this. This will all be done for free for them. Their main page right here would be a pre-built stand store build for them, like a stand store replica. So again, the stand store with pre-built products within there that they can begin selling. So again, if you don't know what stand store is, it would basically be like a page kind of like this, right? Kind of like this, just pre-built within the system. Again, this is for the people that come in for free so they can begin making money for free, and then without having to go through like a million sessions of trying to onboard and all of this stuff. Just do it for them, right? Because we could build it for them very, very quickly. So now it's pre-done, and then make it editable so people can come in and add their own products and services within here too, right? So it's editable within here. Have all of the affiliates already tracked. So again, there's a lot of complexity in the background. When this comes in, so one goes into the business build, we would have our onboarding process. So this would be first we'd have our content creation. So we'd have a module that comes in and creates all the needed content for somebody. This is like all of the social media content and the nurture content, the nurture strategies, all of that. That would be plugged into here, their business, right? Then we would have their, this would be their listings, right? So the next module would come in and it would build out their listings. And then what their listings would end up doing, so this would use, we'll be adding a few of them, but this would use like a citation, citation vault. I'm bad at spelling right now. Vault, how do I spell vault? Yeah, it's not working. Okay, my mind's not working on there. That's fine. Let's just see. Vault. I'm just going to say CV. That's what it is. Good for now. It's going to come in and it's going to build out this automatically for somebody. So this way we build out, again, I'll just call it like this. This is going to come into 300 plus directory locations. So this would help somebody with their own SEO without them having to do SEO, without them having to do all of those things. Again, just automatic. It would come into here, right? And the reason for this is because these locations would, in a sense, drive traffic. So let's say this is your traffic. Traffic could be able to find somebody and then come into this system. They'd be able to see the specific locations, and they would be able to come back into the sign up side. So now we would have a positive feedback loop right here, which would now allow somebody to come in and make money because there's affiliate commissions coming off each and every one. All on autopilot. Of course, we want to teach it, so we would create the businesses 90 to 99% for everybody. We would match it in multiple different business models. So let's just say one of the business models is the master resale rights, because there's a lot of courses that are on that right now. Again, I truly don't think that business model is sustainable if you're just reselling a course. That's just me, because it doesn't build out reoccurring revenue. You want to build out reoccurring revenue. So my thought is give the knowledge away for free. I know people sell these courses, but you give the knowledge away for free, and then you sell the business system. So the business system, like the creation cost, but the knowledge is for free. Because if you do that, you can actually utilize the knowledge as marketing material for your push. People can then see, because people are like, Is it a secret? What is it, right? Or, oh, I can build it on my own, right? Most people can't. So what they do is they'll jump into the luxury of it, say, oh, my business is pre-done. The only reason I say that business model works versus the current one on the MRR specific is because on the MRR specific, you have only about 20% of people that get the system to work. You have 80% of people that fall off. If you can give out the content for free, right, and you do the business model, and you say, we'll just do the business model for you, most people don't have the time to create the business model. So now if you can give them that specific business model, they have it and they can implement it. And they can implement it like a lot quicker, because the thing with like MRR or any other thing, it's the faster you can go to market, the better you are, right? Because you can go to market and then you can learn the knowledge. Again, they say it different. They say, learn the knowledge and learn this stuff. And it's just like, well, knowledge without action is worthless, meaning creativity without the proper actions and disciplines to progress and succeed is absolutely useless, meaning you got the good idea, but you never implemented it. Since you never implemented the system, it's not doing you any good. It's just awesome knowledge. It's awesome knowledge that's taking up space in your brain. My thought is you gain the knowledge and you create. That's, again, I won't dive too deep in that. I just feel the entire space, the entire industry, they just have it wrong. They're trying to sell a course, and they sell a course that goes and sells another course. A lot of it's kind of structured like a pyramid scheme. A lot of it, not that it is, because it's good. Some of it's good stuff. It's just I think it's done wrong. If I analyze it, I think the whole business process is done wrong. But that being said, I'm going to continue on this side. On this specific side, again, this would automatically build out the SEO for people, automatically generate the content for people, all of their, again, you would have to have the right strategies in place, meaning you gain the knowledge from the correct strategy, meaning who's the very best in the market? They're the very best in the market. What's their strategy? This is their strategy. Okay, how do you copy and implement that strategy? This is how you copy and implement it. And then you have the AI or the automations build out all of the content based on your business within that specific strategy. And then if you can have that automatically added into your software solutions, I know on paper it's complex, but if you can do all of that by somebody just coming in filling out a form, you win, if that makes sense. But it takes a lot of process to build it all out. And then it's like the iPhone, right? The iPhone's not something simple. It's crazy complex, but they make it very simple for the user. That's kind of the idea of this whole thing. So, but let's just make sure, again, we have this. So sign up, right? Registration. So on the sign up side, it's coming through here. I need to also make sure that the legality is done. So a lot of people forget the legality, and the legality is the thing that protects you. It protects you from people stealing your ideas, which again, that happens to us a lot. We get our ideas stolen a lot, but it protects that. So you want your legality there, right? So for instance, like ours, we have a specific system of legality, and I'll show you it. So we have a module that comes through here, and then when it comes through here, what it does is it automatically creates like an agreement. So I'll pop it up and show you. But it comes in here and it automatically creates an agreement, and we follow specific information, right? Specific pieces that allow people to, again, get all of the information, sign their contracts, sign their agreements, everything on complete autopilot. That's what we do, right? But that's something to make sure that you have, is the legality side. It's very, very, very important. Okay, so sign up, right? You have to get the person to agree, right? So they would agree. That's going to trigger your legality sides. Okay, so now you have that person that's agreeing to the legality. You have the legality there. There's the legality module. It covers all the legality that's needed for the business. If you're doing like a PMA, Private Members Association, this protects it. So now you have your content creation. It builds out everything here, right? You have your industry. You'd have an industry selection, probably. They would build out everything in there too. But I think that might do it for now. Let me just check. Operational sites. I think it does. I think that does it right there.
And again, filling out this, we'll do that. This will be this same thing will come into here, and we'll have to have a software selection. Right, so it grabs the specific softwares for people and embeds them into their platform. Again, do they see all of this backend stuff? Heck no. No, this would confuse people. The goal is to not, here, I can remove this too. The goal is to not confuse people, but to make it easy. Again, there are confusing processes for it. Let me make sure I have everything here. And if you notice, from the past operations, see how I'm restructuring everything? Just restructuring everything, making it more uniform. Okay. Registration is there, then it pushes them to there. I'll have to ask them if there's a way to make it, because again, it comes through. Let me just check. Email results, webhook results, those are good. Allow all, okay, those are good. Theme's fine, data's fine. Alrighty, those seem to be fine. I just don't like that pop-up, if that makes sense. So it's basically they fill out a form and then it creates a pop-up for us of plan selection. Yeah, why not? Because then on this plan selection, I can make it so it is specific for the people, right? I can make it so it's very, very, very specific for people. And if it's specific for people, then yeah. Yep, cool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a quick little breather, and then I will dive back in. I think we have, in a sense, meetings coming up anyways, so I will do that. Dive back in. If, like I said, if this is something that you like, feel free to follow me. Feel free to subscribe if you want to subscribe. Feel free to follow if you want to follow. I go over a lot of these things because my goal is to create a seamless system, seamless process for you and for, again, everyone in the future, because I feel if done correctly, we all win. And if we all win, that's what we're here for. That being said, I'm going to dive off this. So again, appreciate your time, appreciate everything. If you have any questions, you like this type of stuff, let me know. This is the type of stuff that I do. Thanks.